When I was animating my Terminator figure, I based a lot of the movements off the stop motion model from the first movie, where its movements were more like a human and like it had a limp, slightly less mechanical than the later installments. A slight bit of live action photography was filmed when the Terminator was near the fire, as stop motion wouldn't quite have been as effective for these particular shots. Initially, this shot here was originally animated on a green screen background, but I found it difficult to integrate this Terminator with an appropriate background. I just felt like it looked very flat, so I reanimated the shot in the dark with the appropriate lighting. The animation was also accompanied by a number of different vehicles. They were relatively cheap to purchase. I unscrewed and disassembled all of my vehicles for when it came to spray painting. Once painted up with acrylic, I added in additional detail. The Terminators were also going to need some kind of war vehicle as well, so using leftover bits and pieces, I Frankensteined some kind of machinery together by looking at the vehicles from the first Terminator movie as inspiration. But the biggest thing I painted up for this project was the Terminator Tower that came from a relatively cheap shopping centre. My dad especially recommended it, remarking that I could possibly recycle it for many different projects down the line for a set dressing. Going a step further for the animation, I decided to burn some of the vehicles off just to really make the battle seem far more intimidating. It was a nightmare photographing outside in the dark, with the ground being quite muddy and unpleasant, and once I was able to set up the lighting, once the fire was lit, it engulfed all the other lighting on set, making the final picture quite silhouetted. While filming to burn things might sound quite fun on the surface, at least for me, filming it in the dark, it really wasn't. But thankfully for myself, filming indoors was no problem, it was quite straightforward. The final thing that the video needed was the addition of sound effects. Some were pretty easy to accomplish, such as this metal door being slammed. I looked through my own personal archive to find the appropriate noises. The noises for a remote control car were quite fitting for the mechanical movements of the robots. But there were other sound effects that I had to get slightly creative with, such as the laser sound. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and would love to see more like it, then subscribing to the channel would be very much appreciated. To keep up to date with any ongoing projects, then please follow me on social media.